Hey friends, Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. You see the laptop, you know what that means. It's time for another This Week in Fragrance, where I'm going to be going over with you guys some of the upcoming fragrance releases that you have to look forward to. On the docket today, we've got an entire new fragrance line for men from Dolce & Gabbana, a new Elixir fragrance from Paco Rabanne, a newborn in Roma, and a little more info on Rasasi Hawas Fire. Yeah, basically the beginning of the year, every year, it seems like there's just an absolute dump truckload of new fragrances that get announced. And I feel like heading through January and into February, we're gonna have even more fragrances coming because there are a lot of ones that are being talked about, kind of rumors out there going around, and it seems like there's gonna be way more elixirs than what we're talking about here today. Just like, I feel like there's gonna be a lot more coming. Most of this information I pulled from iFragrance Official. Feel free to check them out. They are linked in the description below. You can follow that website and kind of keep up with new fragrances as they're announced, because most of the time, they're the ones that drop the info first. There is a bunch to talk about here. Even though it's only 4 fragrances, there's a lot to dig into. Let's first off talk about that new elixir from Paco Rabanne. It's Phantom Elixir. Oh yeah, Phantom's still going strong, obviously. They're getting new fragrance releases every year. So it looks like basically they took Phantom Parfum and the original Phantom and kind of just split it down the middle. Although it doesn't look like a matte sort of finish toward the top. It's like glossy looking, but still, same general idea. Let's see what they have to say about the new Phantom Elixir. Discover the scent of originality with Phantom Elixir for Men, the latest opus in the Phantom collection. Ooh, it better be good. Telling me it's an opus over here? Oh, yeah. A vibrant, invigorating blend of fresh marine accord collides with the opulence and freshness of mineral oud and enveloped by warm vanilla bean. So we got fresh marine accord and then fresh mineral oud. Now, I don't at all expect it to smell like this, don't get me wrong, but when I see mineral oud, I think Oud Mineral from Tom Ford, which also had an aquatic kind of marine aspect to it. But again, I'm assuming it's not gonna smell anything like that. If it did, it would absolutely melt my mind, because that's not exactly the most easygoing fragrance on earth, the Tom Ford. Taking its cues from the allure of the City of Light, Paris at nighttime, the sleek presentation of the flacon perfectly reflects the daring nature of the blend within. It comes in a dark, glossy ombre black to silver bottle in the same style as its predecessors. Thanks to the refillable bottle, you can now enjoy your fragrance and refill it as you please, as it's so hard to part with such a masterpiece. Use our 200 ml refill to reuse your bottle and keep it forever. Interesting. Taking its cues from the allure of the City of Light, Paris at nighttime, the sleek presentation of a freaking robot done up in silver and black. That's what it should have said. Apparently that's what Paris at nighttime is. Paris at nighttime, little did we know, is actually a Kabuki-cho Shinjuku fever dream. I love it. No breakdown wise, super simple. 3 notes. Marine accord, mineral oud, that's 1 note, I guess, and then vanilla bean. The mineral oud is really the most interesting part here, because this fragrance, according to the note breakdown, is a mix of fresh and deeper sweet aspects. The question is, are they gonna let this get pushed somewhere where it's a little more interesting, you know, with that, again, mineral oud marine accord mix, or is it really just mineral oud in name and not really in smell? And then when you get the fragrance in, it ends up being something that's very sweet, maybe a little bubblegummy, but with a fresh minerality, a la something like Born in Roma. I guess we'll have to see, but it is an interesting idea here. And when you look at the lineup of Phantom fragrances, they have Phantom Elixir all the way to the end. Parfum Intense, it says, enigmatic and mineral. Addictive and woody, poisson and aromatic? Poisson? I know the Phantom line is a little hit or miss for some people, but I will keep my hopes high and my mind open with this. Let's talk next about Rasasi Hawas Fire, and then we'll move on to the Dolce & Gabbana, and then finish up with Valentino. So Rasasi Hawas Fire, I had done a video a little while back saying that this one was going to be coming out according to Rasasi's Instagram, where they had been teasing it, and then they had the name there, but no other information, no notes, no write-up, nothing like that, but now we have that info. And apparently Jeremy Fragrance has already gotten his nose on this one and checked it out, and I think he said it was like, or according to him, Sauvage-esque, like Sauvage mixed with Eros or Eros Flame, something like that. Obviously, I've got no clue, and that was actually like me paraphrasing off what somebody else told me. So let's check out the write-up though. It says, a powerful force has unveiled in the world of Hawas, a scent that evokes daring intensity and unmatched sophistication. Hawas Fire embodies the power of passion and elegance in its absolute form, presenting a new approach in the world of modern perfumery. Obviously, like I said, I haven't smelled it. I'm gonna have to check this out, but if it does indeed end up smelling kind of like Sauvage mixed with something else, kind of questionable. This fragrance, okay, it embodies power, passion, elegance in its absolute form. A new approach, a completely new approach in the world of modern perfumery. It smells like friggin' Sauvage. Bruh. A new approach. It had never been done before. This work of art tantalizes the senses with the energy of a burning flame, complemented with a refined aura. The blend is carefully crafted for those who seek attention and self-confidence. That does sound like Sauvage. The new Hawas fragrance for men is more than a mere perfume. It's an emblem of refinement and elegance. Again, it could smell absolutely nothing like Sauvage. I don't know. Note breakdown wise, clary sage off the top, jasmine and marine notes in the mid, ambergris and mineral amber in the base. Gotta admit, with the fragrance named Hawas Fire, that's not the note breakdown I was expecting. This is actually my first time looking at the note breakdown, so yeah, marine notes, mineral amber, jasmine, and clary sage. All right. I would have expected some like, I don't know, cinnamon, maybe tobacco, labdanum, chili pepper. I don't know, a lot of different things. That being said, you know, Eros Flame doesn't really have a bunch of fire-esque notes, and it works really well. Obviously, with this being a Hawas, the expectation is it's gonna be a big performer, you know, big projection, great longevity, compliment puller, attention grabber, that type of thing. And this is a line of fragrances that is really, really, really popular. So my anticipation is that probably sometime in the next, I don't know, a couple weeks maybe longer, but somewhere around there I would guess, since they've already announced it here, that you're gonna see some different stores take up pre-orders for this. That seems to be how they do. So if you're interested in Hawas Fire, keep your eyes open. It's coming real soon. Now, the Dolce & Gabbana, and this one, yeah. It's called Devotion pour Homme. Now, Dolce & Gabbana to me is in a weird spot. They have not come out with the one fragrance in years. They didn't come out with a light blue fragrance last year. Really, the only thing they hit us with as far as men's fragrances is a new K, and that one was all right, but it wasn't anything amazing. So it's one of these things where men's fragrances are more popular than ever. Like in the history of ever. And at that apex, at the zenith of popularity of men's fragrances, Dolce & Gabbana is like, let's do nothing. That's good.
I sit. I just about exist.
And now they're finally coming out with something new, a whole new line, and it's Devotion pour Homme. There is a Devotion line also for ladies. And looking at that bottle, we're gonna read about the fragrance obviously in just a moment here, but when you look at the bottle, at least the first thing that I thought when I saw that was, oh, it's a new one for ladies. Oh, no, it's pour Homme. And I would imagine a lot of guys are gonna probably have that reaction when they walk into their local Macy's, Sephora, wherever, and they see that, you know, on the counter. They're just gonna be like, and keep on keeping. You can say what you want about Phantom with the goofy kitty robot bottle, but at least it captures your attention. And when you see a new one with that cool gradient going on, more people are probably gonna be like, oh, what's that? What's that tacky looking half black, half silver robot thing? Whereas Devotion is like a stock rectangle bottle with kind of a crappy looking cap, if I'm honest, and then a heart in the middle. I showed it to my wife, just the presentation. I was like, what do you think about that? And she was like, it looks like a ladies' Ed Hardy fragrance, so. Great. Ultimately though, that matters not one single bit if the fragrance is fantastic. Look, at the end of the day, that bottle can look like whatever. If it smells amazing, cool. I'll take it. According to the house, the new Dolce & Gabbana Devotion for Men Eau de Parfum is a celebration of the house's steadfast devotion, the power of love, and life's pleasures. The fragrance is harnessed by the Sacred Heart emblem, reflecting a man's determined nature who follows his instincts confidently. Dolce & Gabbana Devotion for Men Eau de Parfum is a scent that reveals a mesmerizing, woody, spicy accord. It was crafted by Olivier Cresp exclusively for Dolce & Gabbana. The scent begins with a tangy note of lemon. Through its core, the awakening essence of coffee peeks through. Earthy patchouli adds solidity and depth to the composition. Solidity. So we are blessed once again with a derpy 3-note breakdown. Lemon, coffee, patchouli. Now Olivier Cresp, he's legit. So that's nice. That's one good thing, okay? That's the one in the pro column. Also, there is coffee as a note. I like coffee. That's another in the pro column. And actually something else that's pretty nice there. Olivier Cresp, he is the perfumer for the perfumer-owned brand Acro, and he has a fragrance called Awake, which has lemon and coffee, and I don't at all think that Devotion is going to smell like Awake, even though they have a couple of similar notes there. But I will say that the coffee in Awake, that note off the top, is absolutely killer. It smells realistic. If you like coffee, it's the type of thing that you just want to smell over and over and over again. And so he's very talented, obviously, and he knows how to work at a coffee. So all I'm saying is if there was one perfumer who was going to make a designer fragrance that had coffee featured prominently, that might be my guy. That might be the dude right there. And I did hear from somebody who says, take this with a grain of salt, who says that they have already tried this and that they said it was absolutely droppingly real good. Droppingly really good. It was nice, is what he said. He said those things. Words. What do they even mean? It's hard to speak. So there's Devotion, and while the note breakdown here isn't giving us much outside of, oh, coffee, I like that, there are some things that intrigue me more than might normally. The fact that it's the first fragrance in a new line, that's always something where you kind of perk up a little bit to see, well, where's this one gonna take things? Is it gonna be different? Is it gonna be new? Obviously it's gonna be new, but you know what I mean. The perfumer behind it is a darn good one. And the fact that people are already saying, oh, I actually smelled this one and it's absolutely killer. All of that added up, now I want more. I do still though think that the presentation is very basic. Other than it's got a heart thing, which that's pretty cool, I guess. So Devotion Pour Homme coming out soon. And last, but certainly not least, the new Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Extradose. Has Valentino gone big brain? Xerjoff had some overdose fragrances. Valentino said, overdose?
Extradose.
So the question is, do other brands at this point come out with their own Extradose? Is this the new Elixir? Lock it in now. 2026 is gonna be the year of everyone with an Extradose. Honestly, it probably really depends on how well this fragrance does. Like if it comes out and absolutely crushes, even though I'm kind of poking fun, it would not surprise me at all if that actually became a thing, like Extradose became a thing. If this comes out and flops, ain't nobody gonna want no Extradose. Let's read about it. Discover Valentino Born in Roma Uomo Extradose. I don't like saying it that way. I think I'd rather say Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Extradose, but the new masculine fragrance from Valentino, a new opus in the Born in Roma saga, will transport you to the eternal city at night. What? Is Valentino and Rabanne like, what? Are you guys competing? Is that what's going on here? Because on the one side, we got Phantom Elixir where they're like, yo, this is a new opus, okay? And it's inspired by Paris at night. That's why the friggin' robot looks the way it does. I don't know how that makes sense, but that's what they say. Now we got the new Born in Roma, a new opus. Again, like since when did the fragrances become opuses? What's going on here? But anyway, a new opus that's going to transport you to the eternal city at night. We got Rome at night equals Extradose, Uomo, Born in Roma. And we got Paris at night equals Gradient Robot. It all makes so much sense. The new Born in Roma flanker blurs the boundaries of olfactory artistry with an intense experience boasting the highest concentration of the line, taking the addiction to the next level. The woody and ambery scent of the Fougere fragrance draws its inspiration from the dark night with tempting spicy notes of ginger and sensual lavender, highlighted by vetiver. Step into this dreamy world where you get to embrace your true self and life's pleasures to the maximum. Yay! Another 3-note breakdown. It's what I live for. So that means pretty much all 3 of the fragrances, the new ones from the big designer brands, all 3 have 3 notes. The only one that didn't have 3 notes is Hawas Fire. Okay. So note breakdown wise, this is quite similar to Born in Roma Intense. Ginger, lavender, vetiver. Because that one really about the same thing, only with vanilla, you know, more vanilla in there in Born in Roma Intense, at least in the note breakdown. And I'm wondering if this is like an extra dose of Born in Roma Intense, not the original Born in Roma, which would be okay with me because Born in Roma Intense is my favorite one. I think that fragrance in the air, absolutely fantastic, great performance, smells amazing, big compliment puller. And when you look at the original Valentino Uomo Born in Roma, yes, ginger, yes, vetiver, but you also had like those mineral notes, woody notes, violet leaf as well. I think like a salt mineral accord or whatever. And that one actually ended up smelling a little bit closer to like Paco Rabanne's Invictus, talking about the original Born in Roma. So with the Extradose having a dumbed down note breakdown, it's hard to tell exactly, you know, which path they're taking with this one, but I'm hopeful that it leans a little bit more toward the Valentino Uomo Born in Roma Intense side of things. Because if it's like somehow an improved version of that, that would make it the best in the line, which would be something that I want very badly. It does say that it has the highest concentration of the line, so of course the expectation is that it darn well better have some big performance. If it smells as sexy as Born in Roma Intense, if it's as big of a compliment puller as that one, but somehow deeper, richer, even stronger, then that is a must own. And if it pulls that off, then yeah, Extradose coming your way in 2026. If it ends up flopping and not really smelling that great and being the most expensive one of the bunch, and then somehow does that thing that parfum fragrances can do sometimes where they're a higher concentration and they do last a long time, but they sit closer to the skin so you don't actually get that projection, then that's not gonna be very good. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll be really nice, and I'm looking forward to this one more than I was looking forward to Green Stravaganza from last year. So there we go, guys. 4 new fragrances, really big ones. A new line from Dolce & Gabbana, Hawas Fire, finally about to drop, Extradose, and a new Elixir. Let me know which of those 4 you're looking forward to the most. For me, I'd probably say Devotion, kind of tied with Extradose, but really all 4. I want all 4. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.